Hello, my name is Steve Bolin, and I am running for Maryland State Delegate, District 9A. I'm running to give you and our community a voice in Annapolis, and to make sure that government is listening to you and working for you. Howard and Carroll counties are beautiful places to work, play, live, and raise a family. But we have challenges in our schools, communities, healthcare, and environment that we can no longer ignore. We need to fully fund our school systems, and we need to recognize and compensate our teachers as the highly skilled professionals that they are. We need to make sure that our children are ready and prepared for kindergarten, and that they have affordable paths to college and vocational training when they finish high school. And we need to make sure that our children have a safe place to learn. We need to grow our communities in fair and responsible and sustainable ways that respect the environment, and that give taxpayers a voice in key zoning decisions to make sure they aren't forced to take on tax burdens they simply cannot afford. We need to make sure that everyone has access to affordable health care, including mental health care and prescription drugs. We must address drug addiction and recognize that addiction is not a crime. We must treat people suffering from this disease with compassion and dignity, and we must take care of our environment in ways that are in line with Maryland core values and our environmental heritage. Maryland must set the pace for the rest of the nation and the world and lead the way to a clean future as a clean energy producer, user, technology trailblazer, and industry growth magnet. I am the son of two farm-raised teachers who grew up in Iowa during the Great Depression and World War II. Both instilled in me the values of hard work, your word is your bond, and the responsibility to think on your own. I grew up in Michigan, where I have fond memories of fishing, hiking, and camping, and playing on the Great Lakes with my family. For nearly 10 years, I have been proud to call beautiful Howard County, Maryland, my home, along with my wife, Linda, who has lived in and around the county for over 30 years. My passion for learning, science, and technology led me to pursue higher education, and I hold a doctorate's degree in electrical engineering. A sense of duty and self-sacrifice called me to serve our nation. Both my wife and I left federal service last year. Together, we served our country for nearly 6 decades, and we served with passion, dedication, and integrity. I have traveled far and near, and after serving my country for so long, I feel that it is now time to come home and serve my community with the same passion and integrity with which I gave our country. I believe that responsible government starts with working together and using good old-fashioned common sense to solve problems. Public service is about hard work, self-sacrifice, respecting other points of view, and listening. It is about everyday people like you and me getting involved and stepping forward to give voice to our community, to stand up to Annapolis and Washington, D.C., and to look out for us in our counties, towns, and schools as citizen servants. It is time that we start putting party politics aside and elect people who will listen to us, tell us what they're doing, and make sure government is working for us. I will fight for the common good and to protect Maryland core values. I will fight for our children and their teachers, to give our children the exceptional education they deserve, and to give them a safe place to learn. I will fight for our communities to keep them vibrant and growing in fair and responsible ways, in ways that listen to the taxpayer and respect our environment. I will fight for access to affordable health care that includes mental health care and prescription drugs. I will fight to make Maryland a world leader as a clean energy technology innovator and a pathfinder to building a clean energy economy that will benefit everyone. I am Steve Bolin. I am running for Delegate District 9A to look out for you, to listen to you, and to make Maryland work for you. And I'm committed to keeping Howard and Carroll counties places that we can all be proud to call home. You can find my message on the web and follow me on Facebook and Twitter. This message was approved by Friends of Stephen M. Bolin, Linda C. Kubrick, Treasury, and I thank you.
Hi, my name is Michael Gross, and I'm running for Maryland State Delegate for District 9A. Why? In short, I have to. My life hasn't been great. There have been good times and even great times. Beyond those, there have been a lot of bad. I didn't grow up in the best neighborhood. We never had the most money. Yet my parents both worked so hard for our family. And my mom still does. She cleans houses and somehow pulled off working for some of the kindest, most caring people I'll ever know. My dad, though, passed away almost 10 years ago. Cancer. Losing him the way we did, I think about him every day. I think about how life would be like if he were still around, if he'd be proud of me, if he'd like the person I've grown to be, if I'd even be the same person. I know he'd be proud of my sister. She's the one that does everything the way you're supposed to, and she's done it so well. My brothers and I have done things sort of off the beaten path. Regardless, he still would have loved us more than anything. He would have loved the man my mom married, just as all of us do. So much so that we fought for years through an uncaring immigration process to get him here. Together with my mom, with us, his family. After winters without heat, going without electricity more times than I can remember, countless missed opportunities, not being able to pay bills, always one thing after another. Recently, we lost my younger brother to fentanyl, just weeks after he finished a rehab program. Unfortunately, I don't have a monopoly on bad. There are too many people who've been through and continue to experience worse. I've experienced these institutions developed for us, maintained by and for us, fail at every turn. I'm not alone. And I hope I'm not alone in wanting to change it all. I have this belief that this world can be good. I believe that people can be good, and I have to believe that people want this world to be good, not only for themselves, but for their families, their friends, strangers. I have to believe that people want this world to be good for all people. And to achieve this, there needs to be a revolution. There needs to be a revolution in the way we see people that are different from ourselves. There needs to be a revolution in how our government provides us with safety and security, quality education for our children with respect for the teachers who dedicate their lives to do so, economic stability, a clean and healthy environment, access to clean energy, affordable access to both mental and physical health care, a quick and affordable immigration process, an unbiased justice system that strives for restoration and rehabilitation over retribution, law enforcement officers that strive for accountability, that strive to protect and serve their citizens. There must be a revolution in how not only wealth is distributed, but opportunity. How can we call ourselves the greatest country in the world when we can't properly take care of our teachers, our veterans, our sick, our poor, everyone who needs us? I want us to become that country. I want us to become a positive example to the world, and I want to start with Maryland. Something that I've had a very hard time realizing in my life is that I can't do everything on my own, regardless of how much I try to fight the notion. If there's anything that I know, it's that I need your help. We all need each other's help, and I hope that you'd want mine. And right now, one of the first steps you can take to get out there and vote. If not for me, for someone that you trust will stand up for the good of all people, of this district, this state, of our country. Vote. Be heard.
Hello, and thank you for joining me. My name is Natalie Ziegler, and I'm running as a Democrat for the House of Delegates in District 9A, which includes Western Howard and Southern Carroll counties. I'm running first in the Democratic primary on June 26th, and then against 2 Republicans in the general election. So again, my name is Natalie Ziegler, and I want to share a little bit about myself and why I'm running, and I want to talk about what I'm hearing as I knock doors in our district. I'd also like to talk about what I'm going to do in Annapolis. I'm a mother of 2. I have a 28-year-old daughter and a 26-year-old son. And my husband and I took over our family feed grain farm in 1989 and started a small manufacturing business in 2001. So we've seen some economic ups and downs and learned a lot the hard way as we went. This is the first time I've ever run for public office. And I surprised myself as well as my friends and family when I decided to run, because I am really not the type. But like thousands of women across the country, I felt called to make a difference. And it's been so much fun and such a privilege to meet the thousands of people who answered their doors and shared their ideas and concerns with me. I've talked to mothers, to teachers, to business owners, to students, to law enforcement officers, people in every profession you can think of. And while people have different concerns, I'm finding an awful lot of common ground. There's lots of optimism that our economy is improving, and it is great to see the stock market go up and unemployment go down. But at the same time, a lot of us are finding that our paychecks are not keeping up with the cost of living here. I feel young people in particular are really struggling with the skyrocketing cost of housing, healthcare, and education, and those three basic building blocks for our lives feel out of reach for too many of us. But as challenging as our problems are, this moment also represents a tremendous opportunity for positive change. Thousands of people who've never been involved in our democracy before are jumping in with both feet and bringing new ideas and new energy and a new impetus for change. There are so many opportunities. In Annapolis, my top priorities will be education, healthcare, job creation, and the environment. Education has never been more important or more fundamental to real job creation. And yet Maryland schools are slipping at a time when we need to be excelling. I will fight for more money and more accountability for all of Maryland's schools and ensure that casino revenue is really added into the education budget as we were promised. Healthcare has become a terrifying topic. We need to dramatically step up our efforts to lower costs and improve access for everyone, particularly people who have individual insurance policies or who can't afford coverage. Too many of us are one serious illness away from going into crushing debt. We also need to create more career-building, family-sustaining jobs in Maryland. And I think green energy jobs could help with that, while also protecting our environment, which farmers in particular and all of us so depend on. Lastly, I want to ask for your vote in the primary election on June 26. As a farmer and small business owner, I'm a practical person, committed to common sense solutions and getting things done. I have deep roots in our community, and I'll work hard to expand economic opportunity for everyone and make our district an even better place to live. I hope I'll get to meet you in person soon, and thanks so much for watching.